Welcome back. This is part 3 of chapter 19. Right, we were looking at in the previous slide or previous clip, we were looking at the formula for computing ADF, or the average daily float. And I was explaining this. RA is a receipt or payment amount for receipt I or payment. Right, this will become clearer when we apply this in an example. So this is the formula, right? This is the formula. This is a summation from I equals to 1 to n. Okay, if there are many receipts or many payments, I stands for receipts or payment. Okay, the number of receipts and payment. This will be, let me just get the pointer here. Now FDI is the float delay in number of days for the receipt or payment. And this is the number of days in the period, usually 30, because we take monthly usually, therefore this will be 30, and multiplied by, this is the amount of receipt or amount of payment. Right, so this, if you use this formula, then you can compute the ADF, or average daily float. But ADF is also total float in a period divided by the number of days in a period. Therefore, the formula is also this: total float divided by total number of days in a period. So TF stands for total float here. So there are two formulas, alternative formulas. Right. So the total float, actually, based on this, the total float must be equal to this, because this is a constant. We can bring this out. So it will be 1 over PD multiplied by this. Therefore, this is actually total float. This is the formula for total float. Now, total float is simply the delay multiplied by the amount. So we have seen that the float is influenced by two factors. One is the time delay, which is FD, time delay, and the other one is the amount. The amount and the time. Greater the amount, greater the total float. Greater the delay, greater the total float. So that's the meaning of this formula. Right. Then we come to this ADR, average daily receipt. The formula for average daily receipt is this. This is the receipt amount, from I1 to n. The total of this, the sum of this divided by the PD, number of days in period. So average receipt or payment amount in a typical day, that is the ADR. So RAI, the PD we have explained before, ADR here is the average daily receipt. RA is the collection or payment amount for receipt or payment I. This we have explained earlier. Alright. And TR is the total collection or payment amount for a period. So this ADR is actually can be computed this way as well. ADR is equals to total receipt divided by the number of days in a period. Therefore, total receipt here is actually this, the sum of all the receipt amount or payment amount. So this is another formula that we can use to compute ADR. This is TR is this, then divided by PD, or ADR we can compute directly with this using this formula. Alright, then we come to another related concepts, weighted average delay. Remember there are three major concepts here in this formula. The first one is ADF. We covered that in the previous slide. ADF, average daily float. Then we have average daily receipt here, ADR. And we have WAD, weighted average delay. Now, weighted average delay is the average delay of receipt or payment weighted by the collection or payment amount. Is the average delay weighted by the collection or payment amount. Now, this is the formula for weighted average delay. And there are actually three formulas, three alternative formulas. So we can use this. This is the, we are familiar with all these terms. We've used this before. RAI is this, collection or payment amount for receipt I or payment I, divided by total receipt. Total receipt, we know how to compute this. This is the total receipt, multiplied by FD, yeah, the float delay, yeah, float delay for payment or receipt I, yeah. So this is the weight actually, yeah. Average delay, okay, that's a delay here, based on the weight by collection payment. This is the amount, yeah, weighted by the amount, okay. This is one way of computing the WAD, or weighted average delay. Now, weighted average delay can also be computed by taking total float divided by total receipt, or average daily float divided by average daily receipt. You can use the total amount, or you can use the average daily amount. Yeah, float divided by receipt, or divided by payment. This is total. Excuse me, one moment. Yeah. Now this is total float divided by total receipt. This is average daily float divided by average daily receipt. Yeah, that is also the same as WAD. Yeah. Now we can summarize this. Yeah. So we can say that ADF is actually made up of these two components, ADR and WAD. These are the three concepts that we were looking at in the previous slides. Yeah. Three concepts here. This is the float, average daily float, is determined by two factors. One is average daily receipt, and the other is the weighted average delay. Yeah? Now this ADF is actually total float divided by number of days in a period. Then average daily receipt is total receipt divided by number of days in a period. Okay. Now WAD, okay, or weighted average delay, is total float divided by total receipts. Now note this, and these two are total receipt. Yeah, okay, we know these. PD is common here, and total float is common here. Yeah. Now total float is this. Okay, we have seen that total float is determined by two factors. One is the time delay. This is float delay. This is time, the dimension of time, and this is the dimension of amount. Yeah, the receipt amount. How large is the payment, or how large is the receipt? Okay, this will determine the total floats. Yeah. Now, total receipt, which is here. Okay, total receipt is the sum of the receipt amounts, yeah, different receipt amounts, or the sum of different payment amounts. Yeah, all this will become the TR. Yeah, right. So this is the formula. Now let's show this. Yeah, this application. Yeah? Show this application of this formula using the textbook example. There's no example given in the slide. Yeah, but there is a textbook example, and we'll show this example by using a spreadsheet. Yeah, so we'll look at that next. Okay, yeah, welcome back. This is an example that is given in your textbook. Yeah, so here we have two receipt amounts. Yeah, so there are two items. Okay, here you have a 5 million check, yeah, that you receive. Another check is for 3 million. Yeah, and this 5 million, okay, it's delayed. Yeah, you deposit, but then it's delayed. Yeah? Before it's being available, made available. Yeah, in your bank balance, it takes 9 days. Yeah, but this 3 million takes only 5 days. Yeah, so there's a delay of 9 days here and a delay of 5 days here. Yeah. So now, okay, how do you compute the float amount? Yeah, we are going to apply the formula that we have learned before. Yeah, the working is shown here. Yeah, in this column, the working is shown. Now, this is 45 million. Yeah, this is million days. Yeah, this is not only dollars. I've just shown you dollars here, but this is the unit is actually million. Dollar days. Yeah, which is this 5 million multiplied by 9 days. Yeah, therefore it is $45 million days. Yeah, how do you get this? This is actually 5 million multiplied by 9 days. Yeah, likewise here 3 million multiplied by 5 days, we get 15 million. Yeah, this is your float amounts. Yeah, this is the float amount arising from this payment, and this is the float amount arising from this receipt. Yeah, these are both receipts. Yeah, these are all collection float. Alright, yeah. Now the total float, how do you compute the total float? The total float is simply this plus this. Yeah. Therefore, this is the total amount received but unavailable, yeah, over 30 days, stuck in float in the banking clearing system. Yeah, that is how you should refer to this. So this is the total amount received but unavailable over 30 days. Over 30 days, this will be your amount, $60 million. Okay, and this will be stuck in the float. Stuck in float meaning in the banking clearing system. It's always be in the clearing system. This would not be available. Now if you take the number of days in period, here the period is 1 month, therefore it will be 30. Therefore average daily float, this is the total float, average daily float will be this divided by this. Therefore it is 2 million. 2 million means what? It's the average daily amount received but unavailable, because it is stuck in the banking clearing system. So this is how you compute that. Okay, 60 million divided by 30. Now there is an alternative method to compute the ADF, or average daily float. Okay, and this is how you do it. 9 over 30, that means 9 days. Okay, out of 30 days, you have a float of 45 million. This 45 million float amount. Then 5 days, out of 30 days, you have a float amount of 15 million. 15 million. Therefore, you will have 2 million. So this is another way of computing the average daily float. But you get the same answer here or here. Alright, then you compute the total receipt. How do you compute the total receipt? Simply this plus this. There are 2 receipts here, therefore n is 2. This is I1, this is I2. I is equals to 2. Therefore 5 plus 3 million equals to 8 million. This is the total receipt over 30 days. Okay, so average daily receipt is this divided by that. So this is the meaning: average daily receipt, average amount received daily. On an average day, that will be your receipt. This is 8 million, therefore 8 million divided by 30 will be $266,666.67. Alright, so this is how you compute that. Now, weighted average delay, there are 3 ways of computing. There are 3 ways. The first way is this, very simple. You take the total float divided by total receipt. So you get 7.5, which is 60 million divided by 8 million. The second method, alternative method, WAD, or weighted average delay, you take the average daily float, which is this, 2 million, divided by average daily receipt, this. You get also the same answer. 2 million divided by $266,666.67. You also get 7.5 days. So what is the meaning of this? This is the average delay in a dollar receipt becoming available. Okay, that's the amount of time taken. Roughly 7.5 days. You cannot just add these two. Okay, and divide by 2. These two. That's not the weighted. That is the average delay. But weighted average delay must be weighted by the amount. Alright, the third alternative method is this. You weight this by the amount. This is 5 million out of 8 million in total. Total is 8 million multiplied by 9 plus 3 million out of a total of 8 million multiplied by 5 days. So you will get the same answer, 7.5 days. These are all in units of days. 7.5 days. So this is an application of the formula that we have seen earlier. Let's go back to the formula. Okay, welcome back. So this is the formula. Coming back to the formula that we have seen earlier. Let's just move it slightly to the right. Alright, so and we have seen the application of this formula using the textbook example. We have seen that earlier. Now let's move on to the next slide. Now we look at the cost of float. This is the opportunity cost of not being able to use the money. This is received but not yet available. That means this is due to collection float. Okay, that's the cost. So if you receive but you are not able to use it, there will be an opportunity cost. You could have invested that and earn some return. So that is an